Alexa Lavoie for Rebel News, and I'm in London, England, because we are in a mission of free speech. You probably saw Tommy Robinson is holding his big rally today for free speech. We will be on the ground covering it. But last night, Turning Point UK did organize a vigil for Charlie Kirk.
In the legacy of Charlie Kirk, he stood and a platform of civil discourse, and we cannot stop to continue that civil discourse when our opposition will not meet us on the tent but rather shoot at us.
I attended, I did a report, but during the same event I met with Andy No. You probably know him, he's pretty known, he's a journalist, but he's also an expert in Antifa. And during an interview, he actually explained a little bit on his relationship with Charlie Kirk and what he uncovered about the alleged shooter. So I let you on my full video.
What needs to be done is their propaganda and lies has to be exposed. All the times that I've been assaulted, I didn't get justice through the criminal justice system in Portland, Oregon. I had to pursue a civil case.
Joining us now is Andy No, a great fighter for liberty and freedom. Andy, welcome to the program. Walk us through the latest news with your Twitter account.
So first of all, I want to have your thoughts on the assassination of Charlie Kirk.
Well, like so many people out there, I was personally impacted because Charlie was, through the years, has helped many people, including me. Back in 2019, shortly after I was beaten very badly by Antifa in Portland, just a few weeks after that hospitalization, he invited me to my first TPUSA conference in DC. I had never done public speaking. He actually really wanted me to speak to the audience just a little bit, but I was too shy. I felt quite traumatized about everything that just happened. And then he asked, how about you just come on stage and give us an opportunity to say thank you to you. And I accepted that. And it's a gesture that stuck with me all these years. And my other interaction with him was in December 2022, I was invited to speak at America Fest, which is a big annual TPUSA conference in Phoenix. And it's a very busy conference with many big names there, top of the ticket, Republicans, conservative celebrities are there. And I'm not up to that caliber at all. And yet, in all that chaos, I remember when I went backstage in one area where many of the speakers were, and things were going on, he was busy. He had just a moment, and he made eye contact with me, and he smiled and he waved. So that was my last memory with him, and it feels very surreal that this person who's been part of the American body politic for all these years is gone and taken in a way that's so brutal. So the last several days I've just been spending my time reporting as best as I can on it and trying to give respect to his memory through some of my writings. Today I broke the news that one of the slogans that was written on the rifle cartridge that was used in the attack are the lyrics to Bella Ciao. So I don't know if law enforcement caught the significance of that. At the press conference, the Utah governor read out the lyrics and didn't contextualize it.
Investigators noted inscriptions that had been engraved on casings found with the rifle. Inscriptions on a fired casing read, "Notices, bulges, capital OWO, what's this, question mark." Inscriptions on the 3 unfired casings read, "Hey fascist, exclamation point, catch, exclamation point." Up arrow symbol, right arrow, and symbol, and 3 down arrow symbols. A second unfired casing read, "Oh Bella Ciao, Bella Ciao, Bella Ciao, Ciao Ciao," and a third unfired casing read, "If you read this, you are gay, LMAO."
Immediately, when I heard that, I recognized it as this is the Antifa song / slogan / chant that they use, and it really brings into focus this assassination was likely politically motivated for the cause of Antifa. And this also comes in the context of Mr. Kirk for many, many years now receiving thousands of threats, and this is what his team has disclosed on social media after he was killed. And many TPUSA events have been violently attacked by Antifa, including ones he's spoken at. And people kind of just forget that all this happened. I think violence against conservatives in America is very normalized, particularly in liberal cities and, of course, on university campuses. So it's not even a story. You know, you have videos from students who are terrified through all these years as they are swarmed, they are attacked, much in the same way that supporters of Donald Trump back in 2016 who were going to his events when he was before he became the nominee for the Republican ticket. Those people were violently attacked in many, many cities. So today I showed up to the memorial in London and look at the size of it. You know, this is big, and this is not in the US, and his impact was really global. And I hope, you know, at some point when his family is able to look at this footage at some point and then feel, you know, that with all that pain, there's for them to remember the legacy of Mr. Kirk and the impact that he's had on so many people who didn't get the benefit that I did of meeting him, but nevertheless were impacted by his work.
I know you actually look into the shooter, and what do you think can be the motive behind the assassination?
Well, right now, the clearest indications of the motives appear to be what were written on the rifle cartridges. So the lyrics of Bella Ciao, which is an Antifa dog whistle. For most people, they'll have no idea why are there songs of an Italian World War II era song being written on a rifle cartridge in Utah. But that is like the Antifa anthem, I would say, their unofficial song. There's that. There's also another cartridge where it says, "Hey fascists, catch." So the language that the alleged gunman used is that of Antifa, and also reflects the language of many of those who were celebrating his murder. Called him a fascist, called him a Nazi, said he deserves it. The family of the alleged gunman has been very cooperative with law enforcement, and they provided statements, including that Mr. Robinson, the suspect, said that he believed Mr. Kirk spread hate and was hateful. So all the evidence that we know so far lines up that he was a leftist who had the views of many, many people on the left now who have been celebrating in such a wicked, evil way.
Charlie Kirk got shot and he's dead!
How did we end up as a society to now kill someone over ideas and words?
You know, I ask myself that question a lot, and I've asked it for many years, myself being a subject of political violence many times by the violent far left. I left the US because of that for safety reasons. And I think that the left and the radical left, they're two distinct things, but they're related. I think that they feel that the dehumanization of their political opponents is a norm, and they face no social backlash for saying and doing quite horrific things. And they are actually socially rewarded for cutting off ties with family members, cutting out people in their lives, saying that those who support Donald Trump, many of them do express the view that they should be eliminated, that the world would be better without MAGA in it. And there was a lot of celebration last year, several times after the multiple attempted assassinations of Trump that occurred obviously on the far left, but also on the mainstream left. So there's been an environment where that type of extremism is encouraged. And so people don't even recognize it as hate. which is what it is, hate. They talk about hate speech all the time. They don't recognize it when they do it, when it's in front of them, when it's coming out of their own mouths. That's the irony. I guess I'm glad that a lot of Democrats and liberal figures have come out to condemn the killing, but a lot of that came with throat clearing. Like they had to say, I disagree with Charlie Kirk on this, this, and that. I didn't like that you said this and that, but he shouldn't have been killed. And if that's the bar of where we are, then that's really sad. I mean, might as well not even say anything. You don't really get accolades for saying that you're against murder.
Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you appreciate it. So if you want to support our work on the ground and offset our travel expenses, because here it's really expensive in England, you can chip in at ukrebels.com, and I repeat, it's rebelsuk.com. Thank you.